Had a few showers around thanks to our Gulf disturbance, which really has not impacted us tremendously with heavy rainfall. That thankfully has not been an issue, though it is certainly possible with ample moisture. In fact, updating radar right now, had some decent little thunderstorms around the Hammond and Albany area, all but gone. A few little spotty showers here and there, but what really helped us out is this cloud cover. We stayed under mostly cloudy skies almost all day today. That is what helped to keep our temperatures down, and certainly for early to mid-August, it didn't feel too bad at all. 88 is our current temperature now. As far as the humidity goes, really can't do much with that. Dew point of 76, so it still feels like 99, but our high today, another afternoon of no measurable rain at Kenner, but a high below our average. 90 was our afternoon temperature today, and most locations stayed below average. Remember, we did just have some wrapped up rainfall, 78 in Hammond, elsewhere 80s, and a few spots were able to briefly get up to 90 degrees or so, but this little Gulf disturbance has really helped us out. Now, we've got kind of an interesting pattern coming up. We're watching an upper trough. You can kind of see a little spin here over Missouri. This upper trough and an upper high off to our east. All things to keep in mind with this little slug of tropical moisture sitting over us. The upper trough is actually going to start drawing the system away from us. So while I think we'll still have enough lingering rainfall to keep our rain chances on the slightly higher side, 40–50% during the day tomorrow, it is going to be moving out. The troughing is also moving out, and an upper high starts building in. What this leads to is drier weather and hotter weather, and temperatures will likely start reaching more the mid-90s, maybe some upper 90s by the weekend and going into early next week. But at least in the near term, and that's going through tonight, maybe tomorrow, this kind of broad spin there. There's definitely kind of a very broad circulation with this feature still being highlighted by the Hurricane Center. And basically what they're saying is it's something that they are watching, and certainly a feature that could bring in some tropical rainfall, but doesn't look like it's going to develop into anything because, as I mentioned, it's going to be drawn northward during the day tomorrow. So our rain chances during the afternoon, if it's close enough, may keep us at about a 40–50% chance. And again, not an all-day rain, kind of like we saw today. And also similar to today, a few isolated downpours could be heavy. Thankfully, really didn't see many of those, but again, there is the chance during the day tomorrow. We'll still be under that low-end marginal risk for street flooding from the Weather Prediction Center. Then as we head into Thursday, I think less rainfall, and that'll be a trend which takes us right into the weekend. I'm going to start our tropical outlook with that feature that I was showing you at the top of our newscast between Honduras and Nicaragua. Certainly showing kind of some circulation, or kind of a broad overall, maybe not quite closed off circulation, but certainly a broad area, as well as consistent thunderstorm development. Now, as I'd mentioned, I've seen the Hurricane Center highlight less. Models don't really develop anything, but this is from the Euro, kind of taking that feature across the Yucatan, Bay of Campeche, and then into the western Gulf, mainly as a rainmaker for perhaps around Texas to northern Mexico. Right now, again, does not look like it's an issue for us. In fact, as that building high starts moving in, that is when it's going to keep all that moisture away from us. So highlighting it only because I don't want to surprise if suddenly there's a little X down in the Caribbean of something that the Hurricane Center is now watching. And as well as with Tropical Storm Aaron, this is not a threat for us. It is not really doing much in the near term. Dry air is really winning out, but the expectation is that it will still become a hurricane and possibly major hurricane, making that turn hopefully well away from the East Coast, but definitely looking like it stays out of the Gulf. 40–50% chance of rain tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies, 89, maybe 90 degrees. Certainly below average, although that comes to an end. Highs above average and mostly dry heading into the weekend and early next week.